Hello and welcome. Have you ever wondered what sound is and how we hear it? It's all around us, from the chirping of birds to your favorite song on the radio. Today, we're going on an amazing journey to explore the science of sound. Let's get started. So, what is sound? To put it simply, sound is a vibration. When something vibrates, it moves back and forth very, very quickly. Let's try a little experiment. Take a rubber band and stretch it between your fingers. Now, carefully pluck it. See how it shakes. That's a vibration. And what do you hear? A sound. Everything that makes a sound is vibrating, just like that rubber band. Think about a guitar string when you play a note, or a drum when you hit it. They all vibrate to create sound. Even our own voices work this way. When we talk or sing, tiny folds in our throat, called vocal cords, vibrate to make sound. It's pretty cool, right? Now that we know sound comes from vibrations, how does it get from the vibrating object all the way to our ears? It travels in something called a sound wave. Imagine dropping a pebble into a calm pond. You see ripples spreading out from where the pebble landed, right? Sound waves travel in a similar way, but instead of moving through water, they usually travel through the air. When an object vibrates, it pushes the tiny particles of air around it. These particles then bump into the particles next to them, which then bump into the particles next to them, and so on. It's like a chain reaction or a game of dominoes. This movement creates a wave that spreads out in all directions from the source of the sound. These waves are invisible, but they carry the sound energy through the air. Sound can also travel through other things, like water, or even solid objects, like a wall or a table. That's why you can sometimes hear muffled sounds from the room next door. Air is just the most common way sound travels to us. Have you ever noticed that sounds can be high or low? Think about the tiny squeak of a mouse compared to the deep roar of a lion. This difference is called pitch. Pitch is determined by how fast an object vibrates. This is also called the frequency of the vibration. When an object vibrates very quickly, it creates a high-frequency sound wave, which we hear as a high pitch, like a whistle. But when an object vibrates slowly, it creates a low-frequency sound wave, which we hear as a low pitch. Think of the low rumble of a big truck. Fast vibrations mean high pitch, and slow vibrations mean low pitch. It's that simple. Besides being high or low, sounds can also be loud or soft. This is called volume or amplitude. The volume of a sound depends on the amount of energy in the sound wave. If a vibration is very strong and powerful, it creates a sound wave with a large amplitude. We hear this as a loud sound. Imagine hitting a drum really hard. The drum skin vibrates with a lot of force, pushing the air particles with great energy, making a loud bang. On the other hand, if a vibration is weak and gentle, it creates a sound wave with a small amplitude. We hear this as a soft, quiet sound. Like if you were to whisper a secret. You use less energy, your vocal cords vibrate gently, and the sound is soft. So, bigger vibrations mean louder sounds, and smaller vibrations mean softer sounds. So, the sound waves have traveled all the way from the source through the air and have finally reached you. But how do we actually hear them? That's where our incredible ears come in. The part of the ear you can see on the outside, called the pinna, is shaped perfectly to catch these sound waves and guide them inside. The waves travel down a little tunnel called the ear canal until they reach a very thin piece of skin, stretched tight like a drum, called the eardrum. When the sound waves hit the eardrum, they make it vibrate, just like the original object that made the sound. These vibrations are then passed on to three tiny bones, the smallest bones in your entire body, slats. These bones amplify, or strengthen, the vibrations and send them to a special snail-shaped part of your inner ear called the cochlea. Inside the cochlea, there's fluid and thousands of microscopic hair cells. The vibrations make the fluid move, which in turn moves their tiny hairs. This movement creates electrical signals that are sent to your brain through the auditory nerve. Finally, your brain interprets these signals as the sounds we know and recognize. Whether it's music, a person's voice, or a dog barking, it all happens almost instantly. And that's the science of sound. From a simple vibration creating a wave, to that wave traveling through the air, sent into our amazing ears. It's a fascinating process. Sound helps us communicate, enjoy music, and be aware of the world around us. So next time you hear a sound, you'll know exactly how it made its incredible journey to you. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure into the world of sound. I hope you had fun and learned something new. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun science explorations. See you next time.